Hello everybody, it feels like it's been too long, but now it's that time. It's Cronkite Sports Live. My name's Jacob Rudner. Alongside me, my good friend Ethan Ryter. And Ethan, it's the first time we've hosted together, and this time we're talking men's basketball, women's basketball, hockey, volleyball, soccer, wrestling. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. I mean, this is the first time I've anchored. I can't really pick someone better to do it than you. So I'm here. I'm ready to get started. And the first thing we're talking about is basketball. ASU men's basketball took on their rivals Arizona in two back-to-back games. We're going to start in the second half. Josh Christopher gets the steal here, and he's going to go the length of the court. Hops in, crossover, hops in, count the bucket, and the foul. That's 41-41 after Josh Christopher makes his free throw to tie the ball game. He is hype with his teammates. Terrell Brown Jr. now for Arizona takes the ball up the court, guarded by multiple Sun Devils, finds his way out of it, tries to find something, finds a jump shot. You betcha, 50-48 for Arizona. Remy Martin steps in, the All-American point guard. Josh Christopher out to Holland Woods to Remy from downtown Tempe, and that's in. He counts that. That gives ASU a 62-60 lead. We'll look at it again. Great drive by Josh Christopher. The kick, downtown Tempe, bang from Remy Martin. Now, Marcus Bagley's going to come up and miss a three-pointer. It gives Arizona a chance to run with the ball. It's to Bellis here. He ends up getting it somehow to Maturin, who ends up picking it up and slamming it home, plus the foul. That gave Arizona a 66-64 lead. Now in steps Remy Martin again. Crossover, see you later. Bang from three. Jalen House is as hype as you can be. That gave ASU a 7-point lead with just under 5 minutes remaining. After an Akinjo three and free throws, it's Remy Martin tied at 82 with 30 seconds left. Crosses in, drives to the basket. Tubelis meets him there. No foul. Rebound to Arizona. They come the other way, and it's Akinjo for three. He shoots. It's an air ball, but look who's there. Tubelis to tip it in at the buzzer and give Arizona an 84-82 win on Arizona State. Big rivalry game. Look at this play again here. Akinjo shoots. He's going to say it was a pass, and he passes it to Tubelis, who tips it in at the buzzer. Bobby Hurley had a little bit to say. It was controversy. Let's go to him.
Needless to say, it's been a very disappointing year in terms of these type of games. It's been a very tough year, not getting the result we were hoping for. I thought we deserved to win the basketball game tonight. I thought that Remy Martin, after watching it live and then watching it again on film after, clearly was fouled by a player in the restricted area. That player did not leave his feet. He was contacted. His arms did not go straight up. And the guy should have been whistled a foul and put on the free throw line. Okay.
A loss at the buzzer in its first game against the Wildcats led to Arizona State's 5th straight loss, the most ever by a Bobby Hurley coach team. To be quite honest with you, it doesn't get much better here. Arizona State takes on the University of Arizona in Tucson, and here's how they lost 6 straight. It was blocks, it was open dunks for the University of Arizona, and it was a whole bunch of these missed shots. There's one from Remy Martin from the corner on a 3-point attempt. The University of Arizona came out on fire in the first half. They took a 22-point lead. Arizona State had 12 turnovers in the game. There's another one there from Josh Christopher. And the University of Arizona was able to do a whole bunch of that, while Arizona State shot just 8 of 35 from the field before halftime, scoring 18 points, nearly an all-time low. Arizona State also gave up a whole bunch of wide open looks to the University of Arizona. They were able to get dunks. They were able to get wide open looks at the basket. And in the entire game, the University of Arizona had to shoot just 4 3-pointers. ASU almost had no answers at all. They went on to lose that game. It was their 6th straight loss. Final score, it was done for ASU. Arizona State this season has had more moral victories and less to show for them than perhaps any other Pac-12 team this season. According to Bobby Hurley, it made their 72-68 win over Cal on Thursday night all the more relieving. Our Cam Miner was at the game and has more on the Sun Devils' first victory since early December.
ASU broke a 6-game losing streak on Thursday in a victory over Cal, possibly a turning point in their season. There's been lots of questions to what this young, talented ASU team will do, with very high expectations going into the season. So far, the Sun Devils have not lived up to the hype, but a win on Thursday was crucial as they needed a reminder on what it is like to win. A big factor in this game was a change to the starting lineup by Bobby Hurley, adding more size with the addition of Kamani Lawrence alongside Jalen Graham. and having Lonzo Verge come off the bench, giving the Sun Devils more size and presence in the paint. Hurley liked this new look, and it seemed to pay off.
I liked our size initially in the game, and we got some bigger guys, bigger bodies out on the floor. There are some more interchangeable defenders with Marcus, Kamani, and Josh. And then we could go to the bench and bring some more speed and energy in.
The difference in this game, however, was Jalen House, flying around the court, causing havoc on defense, getting deflections, steals, and most of all, bringing energy to an empty arena, fueling the Sun Devils basketball team. This was the spark ASU needed, and it paid off with a victory.
Not a lot of people like to play defense, so go out there, try to do something nobody else like to do. I feel like I just got to be more aggressive. I feel like I was just out there at first. Just playing timid and not trying to come out the game instead of playing my game. I feel like I'm getting back to myself right now.
There's still a lot more work to be done for this Sun Devils team, but I'm sure the team is taking a sigh of relief and will enjoy their win. We will see if this momentum travels into the game against Stanford on Saturday. Cameron Miner, Cronkite Sports.
We're now joined in studio by Cronkite Sports basketball reporter Cam Miner, who has more on the game. Cam?
The Sun Devils had a tough weekend, going 1-3, losing 2 back-to-back games against the rivals, U of A. They were outplayed in both games, getting out-rebounded by the Wildcats, 35-33, combined with 16 turnovers, 12 in the first half. The second game was no better, as the Sun Devils need to work on playing more team basketball and not iso ball. ASU has a lot of talent that can score at ease, but they need to find a way to get points through the offense and not on their own. That being said, ASU showed what they could do on defense in their victory against Cal, turning up the intensity as a whole, having 7 blocks, 8 steals, and forced Cal to 15 turnovers. If the Sun Devils can reciprocate the same energy in future games, it could be a problem.
In a season where wins have been hard to come by for an Arizona State hockey team that has not played a single home game, resiliency and determination have been the name of the game for head coach Greg Powers and his team. Our Ethan Tuttle has more on the Sun Devils' recent series at Minnesota.
After an impressive start in the first half of the season, the Sun Devils were towards the top of the pack in Big Ten hockey. However, since then, it's been tough sledding for ASU. After a hard-fought series against Minnesota that resulted in 2 losses, the Devils were looking to bounce back this past week as they returned to play Minnesota once again. This time, Minnesota entered the game ranked number 4, 3 spots lower than when the Sun Devils saw them previously. But rank doesn't exactly matter when you step onto an even sheet of clean Minnesotan ice. The Golden Gophers took control from puck drop and didn't look back over the course of the next 48 hours. Minnesota handily beat the Sun Devils 10-0 in the first game of the series and followed it up with another staggering win the day after. While Coach Powers looks for that memory-erasing pen, ASU will have a chance to improve their record. Series against Michigan State, Penn State, Michigan, and Ohio State remain looming just around the corner. These games will provide the Devils a chance to gain more confidence and a chance to finish the season on a high note. And after being on the road for so long, the Sun Devils will get a much-needed stop back in Tempe to rest and get back in action against the USA U18 National Development Team in February. The Sun Devils will have a chance to mix it up with some of the best young talent in America later on this season. They have games slotted for February 4th and February 5th against the USA National Development Team. The National Development Team is a breeding ground for generational talent, so the Sun Devils will have their hands full. You can catch this game streaming on Pac-12 Plus, and our very own Matt Venezia and Joseph Furtado will be on the call. For Cronkite Sports, I'm Ethan Tuttle.
For more of Ethan's content and the rest of our hockey coverage, head on over to cronkitesports.com.
ASU wrestling coach Zeke Jones and his coaching staff continue to make noise on the recruiting front, landing a host of talented wrestlers and perhaps none bigger than Colton Schultz. Our Spencer Chihawk has more on Schultz and the rest of the Sun Devil roster.
Colton Schultz came to ASU as the #1 pound-for-pound recruit in the nation. After redshirting the 2019-2020 season, 2021 has seen Schultz dominate as he is currently undefeated on the year at 6-0. Picking up 3 of those wins at the UVU round-robin tournament this past weekend, where he was crowned the 285-pound champion. The final victory came over the #1 heavyweight wrestler in the Big 12, Brian Andrews. It had been an odd year for Schultz and company as COVID-19 complications have forced ASU to play in only 1 tournament since January 8th. Their next scheduled meet is set for February 11th with a location to be announced. Even through this adversity, ASU continues to rise in the AP rankings and currently sits at 8th overall.
For more wrestling content, head over to CronkiteSports.com. Coming off of a disappointing season last year, there's still hope for Coach Graham Winkworth's side. Our own Nick Elsner was out at the field to give the preview on the team season.
In 2019, the Sun Devils went 6-11-3, 0-9-2 in the pack, oftentimes struggling to find the back of the net. In their 2019 season, they only scored 33 goals, putting 37% of their shots on net. However, the one constant was returning junior forward Nicole Douglas. She scored 8 goals, had 4 assists in her 2019 campaign.
ASU jumped out of the gate, winning their first 5 games to start last season, but it wasn't all sunshine and rainbows for the Sun Devils. ASU struggled through the second half of the season as they dropped their last 6 games to Pac-12 opponents, getting outscored 3-12. While the Sun Devils will miss forward and midfielder Marlene Schimmer, who transferred to Grand Canyon University, junior Eva Van Dersen will be returning to the Sun Devils midfield where she can continue to distribute the ball. ASU also looks forward to having new weapons for the 2020-2021 season. Freshman keeper Pia Bozic is coming from Slovenia to play in the desert with the Sun Devils. The goalie was ranked as one of the top 11 players in Slovenia. Another exciting addition is junior Vildan Kardessler, who transferred from the University of Pittsburgh. Coach Winkworth was excited about landing Kardessler because she is an experienced player who can fill multiple roles on the offensive and defensive sides of the ball. Kardessler captained the German national team before coming to America to play at the collegiate level.
Next Thursday, February 4th, the Sun Devils will be hosting University of Texas El Paso, where they'll be looking to start their season off with a win. For Cronkite Sports, I'm Nick Elsner, signing off.
While they're 1-2 to start the season, Arizona State's volleyball team opened its campaign with victory over number 8 ranked Washington. For more on their young season, here's Cronkite Sports volleyball reporter Nick Borgia.
The Arizona State Sun Devils hosted Washington State on Thursday for ASU's home opening doubleheader. Both teams were 1-1 coming into the game, and the 5-set nail-biter that determined the winner proved how equal these teams really are. The Sun Devils and the Cougars split the first 2 sets. Sophomore pin hitter Iman Asanovic was the go-to attacker for the Sun Devils, posting a career-high 22 kills and leading ASU offensively throughout the first 2 sets. However, things went downhill very quickly for Arizona State, as their entire system fell apart in the 3rd set with a 25-10 loss. Asanovic feels that the lack of time and reps that this very young team has together attribute to rough patches such as the 3rd set.
I think we have a really young team. And it's our first season playing together. We have a lot of freshmen and sophomore in our starting lineup. So I think there's a lot to do with just an inexperience that we have playing on this level, on the Pac-12 level.
The tough 3rd set seemed as if it would totally ruin Arizona State's rhythm. Late blocks, weak serve receive, and far too many out-of-system plays weighed down the Sun Devils, and Washington State capitalized on every single error. However, ASU was not going down without a fight.
The Sun Devils came back with fresh energy in the 4th, with Asanovic consistently putting the ball on the ground to help ASU force a Game 5. Sophomore middle blocker Kennedy Boyd also stepped up, providing several kills and leading the team with 7 total blocks. Washington State ultimately prevailed 16-14 to win the match, and ASU head coach Sonia Tomasevic felt that discipline needs to be the main focus for Arizona State moving forward.
With this team, you have to learn a lot from all these tough games we're playing, and hopefully it's going to pay off. We have to be disciplined against good teams in the Pac-12. And if you're not disciplined throughout the whole time, they're going to expose your weakness.
With that last call not quite going their way, the Sun Devils will look to seek revenge on the Cougars here in Tempe at 11 a.m. on Saturday. For Cronkite Sports, this has been Nick Borgia signing off.
For more of Nick Borgia's content, make your way to CronkiteSports.com. ASU's women's basketball team has perhaps battled the COVID-19 virus as much, if not more, than its opponents on the court. With a host of players out against Colorado, it made their victory all the more impressive. ASU trailing early in the first quarter. Leading scorer Taya Hansen gets the triple to go to put her team on the board. Later that same quarter, Sydney Caldwell heads to the stripe for 2 free throws. She shot below 70% there on the season. That one goes down to put her team up 11-9, and then she goes back to the stripe for number 2. She gets that one to go. That below 70% mark goes up here. We flash you forward to the second frame. ASU's lead up 17-9, and Brianna Sanders keeps it there. She leads the Sun Devils in blocks. Third quarter, ASU started to run away with this one, just like Jaden Simmons does here with the steal and breakaway layup. It's 25-15 ASU. Under a minute left in the third quarter. Pass kick to the corner. Hansen gets the three to go. Sun Devils went on to win this one 51-47. And here's what head coach Charlie Turner-Thorne had to say about the game.
I think our man is really good. Our scoring defense, regardless of what defense we play, it's just a mindset. It's just, it's toughness. It's a willingness to work. So whether we're man, whether we're zone, I think, this team's going to defend.
Arizona State women's basketball taking on Utah women's basketball in Tempe at Desert Financial Arena. It wasn't a great night for the Sun Devils as Utah's offense was too much for them to handle, and their offense couldn't get going either. Here on this end, though, Taya Hansen is able to get a steal on the defensive end. And on the offensive end for Utah, Kemery Martine hits a three. She was on fire all night long and did not cool off. Sydney Caldwell gets an and one there. ASU didn't quite get it in the first half, down 32-19 at halftime, even with that foul on Jaden Simmons. And in the second half, this is going to be a Jamie Laura three after Ebony Walker passes it out to her. She hits that for a good shot for ASU to put it at least within 21. Ebony Walker a layup. And it just wasn't quite going for ASU, mainly because of this girl right here, Kemery Martine, 5 for 5 from 3, 26 points on the night. And ASU looked a lot like this on the offensive end, losing to Utah 65-51. Even with their shorthanded squad, the team was able to split the homestand. WCSN basketball reporter Sammy Miller is here to break down the good and the bad from those two games.
For both games, ASU were without 3 of their standout players, Iris Umbalito, Caitlin Levings, and Maggie Besslink, due to COVID-19 protocol. Their absence led to less boards and points in the paint, as well as missing their main facilitator in Umbalito. After nearly a 3-week hiatus, the Sun Devils worked off some rust and showed an effective matchup zone defense, forcing 25 Colorado turnovers. Junior Taya Hansen was also a huge reason for their win, with 16 points, showing yet again how lethal her perimeter shooting is, with 4 threes in the game. The Sun Devils did not have the same success in their game against Utah, where they were never able to find an offensive rhythm due to Utah's suffocating defense. This time, the Utes were not surprised with ASU's matchup zone and shot 51% from the field. The Sun Devils will need to have stronger starts, executing their offensive game plan while showing more resistance on the defensive end if they want success down in Southern California, where they will be taking on UCLA and USC.
ASU's men's and women's basketball teams have a full slate of games remaining on their schedules. Our Michael Barabalt has more.
As we take a look at what's ahead for the ASU women's basketball team, they'll be hitting the road, traveling to Los Angeles for a date with USC on Sunday, and then heading up north to face Oregon on Friday night and Oregon State next Sunday afternoon. Big games are ahead for the Sun Devils as they remain just 2 games out of first place in the Pac-12 standings. On the men's side, it was announced on Friday that the February 2nd matchup versus Utah has been postponed. Now the Sun Devils will try their hand at hosting Stanford on Saturday night before heading to the Rocky Mountains to face Colorado next Thursday in another edition of Pac-12 After Dark, followed by Utah in Salt Lake City on Super Bowl Sunday. With just a few weeks left in the season, both hoops teams have chances to improve themselves in time for their conference tournaments, which will begin in early March in Las Vegas.
Thank you, Michael. For more of his content, you can check cronkitesports.com. It was a fun show, Jacob. I had a lot of fun. It was my first time doing it with you. It was a blast.
Yep. We had a good time. We talked about a lot of sports. It was a pleasure to be back here in the studio, and we're going to do it again at least a couple more times, so definitely look out for our content here at Cronkite Sports Live. For Ethan Ryter, my name's Jacob Rudner, and for everybody in the studio, we hope you have a good one. Stay safe and stay healthy.
It's a great show, man.
Wait, let me get one.
Hey, man. Yeah, sorry.